And that makes this darshan the ultimate experience of this Paramashivoham. And now, after the initiation, as always, our Kundalini is at its peak, and we will enter into another round of the power manifestation. And today, the power of body scanning.
Yeah, so you can choose any of the body scanning. You can actually start scanning another person's. You can start the scanning the blood group of another person. Um, if you want, you can start scanning your own blood pressure or the blood group, or you can pair up and start scanning other person. So take a moment, decide which power that you want to manifest today, as you have been along with us throughout the whole day. So you have been through the various scanning the power manifestation. So choose any of the power that you wish to manifest now.
And if any of you have already been successful in scanning the blood group, you can even move to scanning the internal organs of somebody or even of yourself. You have freedom. You can scan somebody else either in the Zoom or even one of us here if you'd like, or you can scan yourself, seeing the internal organs, seeing through the third eye if any diseases are there, if anything is in imbalance inside, and through the third eye, you will be able to tell what is the exact state of the body. And then we will also evolve to giving the healing. Once you have diagnosed something, you will be able to heal through the third eye directly. So you can choose depending on if you have succeeded in the previous variations. You can move to scanning the internal organs. Otherwise, you can again aim at identifying the blood group of somebody. If you like, you can even choose a celebrity, a famous person, and scan their blood group and verify on the internet if you have succeeded in finding their blood group. So let us get ready. Once you are clear and decided, you can sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Connect to Swamiji in your inner space and chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. And bring your awareness to the third eye. You can keep your eyes either open or closed and experience. When you experience a space of oneness with Swamiji, it also extends to the subject whom you are scanning. So in that pure space of oneness, just allow the revelations to happen. So let us begin. We will be playing a oneness capsule. You can watch it and untangle if you like. It will help you to enter into this space of Advaita with Swamiji. Let's begin.
ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஐந்தோழில் செய்தொழித்தான் அந்த வருத்தம் தீர்த்திட உலகம் வந்தான். ஆக்கைக்கு தீக்கைகள் அளித்திடும் போது சதாசிவன் என்னும் நினைவு கொண்டார். மாயை மக்களை மயக்கும் போது ஈசானன் தான் என்னும் நினைப்பும் கொண்டார். கண்கள் ககனம் காத்திடும் வேளையில் விட்டுருவாய் வந்து தானாய் நின்றான். ஆகாத மனிதரை அழித்திடும் வேளையில் ஆகி நின்றான் அவன் ருத்திரனான். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றான். சந்தேகம் தீர்த்து அப்பன் நீயே என்று சொல்லிடவே வந்த மகள்கள் நாங்கள். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். நித்யானந்தர் மகள்கள் என்றால் இன்றே பார்க்கும் உலகம் எங்கு நெஞ்சில் சுமந்தே பெற்றால் எங்களை நித்யானந்தமாய் வாழ்ந்திடவே. ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். சிவன் எனும் நினைவு கொண்டான். மாயை மக்களை மயக்கும் போது ஈசானத்தான் எனும் நினைப்பும் கொண்டான். கண்கள் ககனம் காத்திடும் வேளையில் விட்டுணுவாய் வந்து தானாய் நின்றான். ஆகாத மனிதரை அழித்திடும் வேளையில் ஆகி நின்றான் அவன் ருத்திரனாய்.
Paramashiva, 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 Nityananda. Paramashiva, 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 Nityananda.
No worries, be happy intensely. Enjoy life, enjoy life. No worries, be happy intensely. Enjoy life, enjoy life. Enjoy every moment of life with pure excitement. Always auspicious, always auspicious, always right strategic plan. Ultimate experience every moment. No study, just download from the cosmic archives. No study, just download from the cosmic archives. No greed, no fear, and clutching is the fastest gear.
Paramashiva, 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 Nityananda.
Being God, being God, being God. Being God, being God, being God. Nityananda, Paramashiva, hey. Nityananda, Paramashiva, hey. Master of your destiny. Create your reality. Master of your destiny. Create your reality. Beyond space, time, mind, mind. Beyond space, time, mind, mind. Enjoy being in the lap of eternal bliss, eternal bliss. Enjoy being in the lap of eternal bliss. Nityananda Paramashiva, you are eternal bliss. Nityananda Paramashiva,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nityananda. Paramashiva, 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 Nityananda.
Paramashiva, Paramashiva,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nityananda. Paramashiva, 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 Nityananda. मृत्युञ्जयाय रुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय शाम्भवे अमृतेशाय सर्व.
Yes. So you can now open your eyes and you can share the results of your power manifestation. So if you have manifested with a partner, you can share with them what you have seen. If it is the blood group, you can let them know what is the blood group that you have seen and ask them to confirm whether you are right or not. And if you have scanned the internal organs of anyone, whether it was for us or for a partner or for yourself, then you can share that as well. You can tell whatever you have seen, and you can sometimes they may be aware of that. They can confirm from their past medical history, or they may not even be aware of that. See, actually, this power of the body scanning is a very nice power to have, because anybody comes in front of you, once you are confident that you can manifest it, you can give them a full scan. You can tell exactly what problems they have, which organ, and you can even prescribe, you can even recommend things that they could do or that they could consume for healing, and you can even give healing through the third eye. So most of the people who have become adept at manifesting this power very much bring it in their daily lives, and to your near and dear ones, whenever they have something, some headache, stomachache, or whatever, you can just easily very casually give them a scanning through the third eye and reveal why it is happening to them and give them a healing. So do continue to practice this power more and more. You will see that it's something very handy, like a good thing to have. And so you can share the results of your power manifestation, and we'll be continuing. We'll be moving on to our next session today. The four tattvas, we have learned each of them one by one. And if you still have any doubts or questions regarding any one of these tattvas, you can let us know in the chat. We'll clarify that for you. Now, in our next session, we already started that video earlier. I think we'll be replaying it. I think most of you would have either come in between. See, this session now is going to be about how these four tattvas make you Sadashiva, Paramashiva. So how by applying these four tattvas, you can have a superconscious breakthrough. And Swamiji will be revealing in details about that. And of course, after that, we'll be having the opportunity to reflect and imbibe everything that we have listened to. So let's come to the space of listening, and let's start this next session.
Shiva means causeless auspiciousness. Sada Shiva means continuous causeless auspiciousness. State of Sadashiva means completion, unclutched space, integrity and authenticity. All that forms the state of Sadashiva. When I say space of Sadashiva, Ishwaratva, manifesting, responsibility and being a leader for other beings, to move to the Sadashivatva. State means completion, unclutching, integrity, authenticity, all that. Space means being a leader, responsibility, enriching, causing, all this. Then comes manifesting powers of Sadashiva. Understand, when you decide to be leader and lead people towards Sadashivatva, Sadashiva empowers you with all his powers. Understand, when you exhaust your 2 hands, he gives you 1,000 hands. When you exhaust using your 2 eyes, he gives you 1,000 eyes. When you have put everything to use, then he gives more. All power manifestation is for the sake of serving Sadashiva. When you lead people to Sadashivatva, you are empowered by Sadashiva with all the powers. Today I am going to expand on helping each one of you to find stability and strength from and through these four tattvas. Listen, ध्यान से सुनिए. Always give priority to be established in these four tattvas. Listen, when you are established in these four tattvas, please understand you are directly radiating the superconscious energy. When you are in the mode of creation, add integrity to you. You will manifest Sadashiva. Let me repeat. When you are in the creation mode, add integrity to it. You may ask, what is creation mode? When you feel like doing something active. It can be your office work. It can be manifesting wealth. It can be doing something for name and fame, including career activities, or it can be physically creating something, art, painting, drawing, even sexual desires, activities, all these belong to creation. When you are in the creation mode, bring integrity to you, you will manifest Sadashiva. Your creativity plus integrity is Sadashiva's creation energy. Satyo Jata. Only from Satya anything can be born. Jata means born. Satyo Jata means born out of integrity. Anything which is born out of integrity only will stand forever. So the creation phase of Sadashiva is Satyo Jata. In all your creativity, it can be as simple as cooking to as complicated as manifesting wealth. It can be as lower as you think, sexual desires, or can be higher as creating your enlightenment. Any creation, including manifesting powers, any creation, including manifesting powers, add integrity to it. Out of Satya, anything born, Satyo Jata, anything born out of integrity will stay forever and do good to you. You all have that creation mode in you, that is Aham. When you add integrity to it, you become Sadashivoham in your creativity. Understand, add integrity to all your creation. Maintenance, sustenance. Bring authenticity to your sustenance. Listen. Anything which loses authenticity starts collapsing. And it needs to collapse. The earlier it collapses, good for the humanity. Understand? Anything which loses its authenticity, it is time for it to vacate the planet Earth, the existence. Anything which retains its authenticity continues to exist forever. Anything, if you want it to be alive, just retain its authenticity. Everything else will be taken care. when I was attacked, the only thing I decided, I will keep the authenticity of me and my Sangha. That's it. It cannot be destroyed. Authenticity. In all your sustenance, bring authenticity. In all your sustenance, bring authenticity. Whenever you are in a destructive mood, bring responsibility. Understand? If you feel responsible and destroy, it will always be the things needed to be destroyed. You will never destroy what should not be destroyed. You will always destroy what need to be destroyed immediately. With responsibility, destruction will be equivalent to rejuvenation, not just destruction. Irresponsibility leads to tantrum throwing, rioting, destruction. It may look like Kalabhairava and Kali run riot on the cosmos, but they know precisely where to put the leg and where to put the hand, where to put the sword. It is too precise. The precision is not even one cell this side or that side. It is more precise than any laser surgery. Understand? Kalabhairava's Trishul may be as huge as Merudanda, the Meru hill, but it is as precise as non-invasive surgery laser. How the non-invasive laser surgeries performed on your heart are precise. Kalabhairava's Trishul is that precise because it feels responsible. Understand? Whenever you are in the destruction mood, anger, violence, frustration, not depression. Depression is delusion. Frustration is destruction. Listen, anger, frustration, and destructive mood, these three. Whenever you are in these three mood, bring responsibility to you. Look in, are you behaving responsibly? Are you behaving responsibly? Whenever you are in the mood of delusion, confusion, depression, understand, depression, delusion, confusion means much of your part is rotten. For example, if 20% of a vegetable or a fruit is rotten, you can cut that portion, remove it, consume the remaining part. If 99% of it is rotten, you won't be able to get that 1% out. The whole thing need to be discarded. Listen carefully. Depression, delusion means 99% of your part has become rotten. Now, the only way to get rid of it is start living for others, enriching. You are already rotten. If you build your mind, your life on you, it will be stinking. Forget about you. Start living for others. Enriching is the only solution. First principle of becoming Sadashiva. Understand the first principle of becoming Sadashiva is not moral. Understand. Before revealing the principle, I want you to know it is not moral, social, right, wrong. I am giving you this as the first principle to have a superconscious breakthrough, becoming Sadashiva. Understand? It is directly from the revelations of Sadashiva. Vedas and Agamas are the revealed scriptures of Hinduism. They are not written scriptures. Please understand. Neither written nor compiled. Vyasa is only an organizer, not editor, compiler, writer. He is neither author nor compiler or editor. He is just an organizer of the Vedas and Agamas. So listen, the first principle is integrity. It needs to be understood. The first level of integrity only is the thought current you are cherishing with you and others, treating it as life. It's only a first level of integrity. Understand? Understand the words I am using. I am not saying the word you give it to others and the word you give it to yourself. I am giving you the grace. The word you give it to others and word you give it to yourself many times is a spontaneous lie. I am even ready to forget about that. I am only saying the thought current you cherish. See, if I have to go to the detail of the word, sometimes people ask, what is time now? You may say 8:31. Who knows it is 8:31? Based on this clock we tell it's 8:31. So the word you give may be sometime right, wrong, false, true. So I am not even bothered about that. The thought current you cherish. I need to tell the time after verifying with all my abilities. So that is the thought current. Understand? My intention to tell the time is right. I am not interested in lying. I want to tell the right time to him. But whatever research I can do with my intelligence and with the available infrastructure, with that I will do it and tell. This is thought current. All of you understand the difference between thought current and a word. Listen carefully. When I give this integrity definition, honoring every thought current you are cherishing within you and every thought current you are cherishing by sharing with others, honoring it as your life is integrity. The thoughts you share with yourself, I should say thought currents, because with yourself it's not single thoughts, it's like a bunch of flow. With others it's a single thought because it's a words. Listen carefully. With others you share in linear way, one by one by one. With yourself, you share bundles and bundles. If you can share bundles and bundles with others, you and he are in extraordinary at oneness. Sometimes some of my disciples, with them I can share bundles of thought currents without expressing much words. That is the way I received my teachings from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Otherwise, in 9.5 months, no way I could have received this whole Vedas and Agamas from him. I received from him as bundles of thought currents. Because the oneness was so strong. When you share with others, it is one thought, one thought, one thought. When you are talking to yourself, it's bundle of thought currents. Whether thought currents with you or thought currents with others, honoring it as life. Integrity is a frequency. Just integrity is enough for you to manifest Sadashiva's state, space, powers, everything. Nothing else is required. Just integrity is enough. You all might have heard, we have a third eye and it gets calcified by the fluoride. Same way, we have one more intra-organ called vak, not internal organ. Internal organ is the card box. It's called vocal cord. Intra-organ is the vak. Vak is the software of our vocal cord. Third eye. Physically also there is a third eye, and you need a software to operate the third eye. That software is what I am giving as third eye initiation. That physical software, if it is physical hardware third eye, if it is decalcified, we remove it by Panchakriya and vegetarian food, this lifestyle. Same way there is something called vak. It gets calcified by all the lies you uttered from the time you started your life. Understand? Listen carefully. Anything you know and you change, the vak gets affected, means the frequency of vak comes down. If your vak is raised to high frequency, I can give you one initiation, materialize. You will start materializing, that's all. I'll define authenticity. Listen carefully. Manifesting powerful cognitions is authenticity. I'll give you an example. You can manifest a cognition, oh, in the 7 billion people, only these few hundred are able to make it to Sadashivatva. If I physically made it, I am going to make it. You can manifest this powerful cognition. If I physically make it, I am going to make it. Or you can say, I am not even able to come to morning yoga 3 minutes late. I am not even able to come to this integrity. How will I manifest powers? you can manifest that cognition also. Manifesting powerless cognitions is inauthenticity. Manifesting constantly powerful cognitions is authenticity. You can say, if my third eye is open, if I am able to roll coconut, I can roll any matter, I can move any matter. Means my third eye is open. How did it get open? By connecting it to the universal third eye of Sadashiva. If I am connected to universal third eye of Sadashiva, then this whole universe, the whole matter is under me. From where you are, you can either go on making powerful chain, powerful links, and manifest powerful cognitions, or go on making weak links, weak chain and powerless cognitions. Human being is a possibility to travel in both directions. If you are going to go on manifesting powerless cognitions every day, you practice inauthenticity. If you go on manifesting powerful cognitions every day, you manifest authenticity. That's all. Authenticity redefined. Understand? Practicing authenticity means manifesting powerful cognitions. Matter is moving just by the power, means I am connected to cosmic third eye. If I am connected to cosmic third eye, not just coconut, I can roll planets. Why only coconuts? I can roll planets. Because it is from the cosmic third eye, the whole universe is generated. Going on manifesting powerful cognitions and playing with it is what I call authenticity. Understand? There is so much snow in the Himalayas, so much ice, but the ice which decides to melt and flow only becomes the sacred Ganga. Not all. There is so much ice, but the ice which decides to melt and flow only becomes sacred Ganga. There is so much of Sadashiva. Understand? The raw material, the source material, Sadashiva, is everywhere. But the raw material which decides to melt down and flow as Shakti only manifests in you as power. There is so much ice in the Himalayas, but the ice which decides to melt and flow only becomes sacred Ganga. There is so much of raw material, Sadashivatva, in all of us, but only the raw material which decides to melt, the Sadashiva which decides to melt and flow only manifests as powers, which decides to melt and manifest only manifests as Shaktis. Like sun creates the Vatavarana for the ice to melt and flow. Understand? Sun itself does not melt. Then all the ice should have melt? No. Sun creates the Vatavarana. So any ice which wants to melt can come up and melt and flow. Sun itself cannot melt all the ice. Even after the sun comes, you decide not to melt and hide somewhere, you can't be melted. Sun only creates the Vatavarana for you to melt. Same way, the Vatavarana, the Sadashivatva in you to melt and flow manifest as Shaktis is responsibility. Understand? When Sadashiva takes responsibility, he flows as Shakti. In all of us, Sadashiva is there. But in which form? Morning, the great asana you like, Savasana? In that form. Only when the responsibility sun rises and you decide to take the responsibility, the Vatavarana, the ambience of responsibility, decision to be responsible, melts that Shava and flows as Shakti, makes you Shiva. Understand? It is Ganga makes Himalaya great. If the Ganga does not flow to the plains, we don't care about Himalayas. Even the Himalayas has how many billion tons of ice? Who cares? Poles have 100 times more ice than the Himalayas. But who cares? Because Ganga is not flowing from poles. North Pole and South Pole has million times more ice than the Himalayas. But why Himalayas is revered, respected, worshipped? Because it flows as Ganga. Even if you have million times more ice and you don't flow as Ganga, nobody will care. It is Ganga makes Himalaya sacred. Understand? If you flow as Shakti, that makes your Sadashivatva sacred. You are as much as Sadashiva as me. The only difference is I have created the ambience of responsibility and melt myself and flow as Shakti. When I flow as Shakti, because of the Ganga, understand, Himalayas is respected. You are like a North Pole and South Pole. North Pole and South Pole is like Shava. Yes, they have raw material to be Shiva, but only when they melt and flow as Ganga, they will be Sadashiva. Till then, they are only in Shavasana. You being in Savasana, used to whom? Fundamentally, the purpose of the life, not just human life, is to manifest Pindanda to Brahmanda, macrocosm to microcosm, one cell amoeba to Mahasadashiva. See, whichever part you are in this long journey, you may be just having physical growth, are having physical and psychological growth, or physical and psychological and conscious growth, or whatever level you may be there in this whole journey, supporting other beings in this journey is enriching. Wherever you are in this long journey, helping others, enriching others is a spiritual practice. Causing others reality is a spiritual practice. Even in life, whether you want more energy in the body, health, more resources in your life, wealth, more beings to live together for your love, to share your love, give and receive, relationships. Fundamental principle is coming to conclusion to enrich and cause. Only if you decide to enrich and cause, energy will start oozing in your life. Energy starts oozing in you only when you decide to enrich. It expresses as health, it expresses as love, relationships, it expresses as resource in the life like wealth. What's the biggest wealth, you know? Ability to relate with a large number of people with love is the best wealth you can have, which will never leave you. Which will never leave you. Understand? There is only two ways you can be wealthy. The organic way of wealthy is ability to relate with multiple people with energy. Toxic way of relating is ruling.
Yeah, so after this revelation about the integrity on all the four tattvas, also I would like to request all the participants to share their understanding, what they cognize from this uh, beautiful and yet powerful revelations. So take a moment and share a few of the revelations, four of the powerful cognitions that you understood. If you want to share, as somebody said, wherever you are in the long journey, helping, enriching, and causing others reality is taking responsibility for others and helping others in this long journey. So take a moment and pen down what you understood, what are the powerful cognition that you received. And yes, so I'll just go through like how the all the four tattvas that Samaji described, the four principles, is starting with the uh, integrity. Like when you are in the destructive mode, it is anger, frustration, or destructive mode. That time, if you bring a responsibility, then the same destructive mode becomes a rejuvenation. It doesn't come as a destructive mode, it becomes a rejuvenation. And when you are in the delusion or confusion or depression, which is uh, most of the humanity is actually suffering from, most of the people are depressed, confused, and in delusion. So it is like 99% of the part of you is actually rotten. Then if that point, if you decide to live for others and you forget about yourself, You decide to live for others. Start enriching. That is the only solution at that point. The moment you start enriching others, finding solution for others, start causing others reality, then that is the solution when you are in delusion, depression, and confusion. And Sanjay talked about the integrity. The first, the first level of integrity, the thought current that you cherish, whatever the thought current that you cherish, when you have verified with all your abilities, the intelligence and the infrastructure that you have, honoring that very thought current that you give to yourself and others as life, is integrity. And authenticity, when you start manifesting the powerful cognitions, is authenticity. When you start manifesting the powerful cognitions again and again and again continuously, it is authenticity. It becomes a chain. And when you start manifesting powerless cognitions, it becomes inauthenticity. Samaj gave the beautiful example, like when you have become, when we are in the Sada Paramashivoham the program, the Sadashiva, when you cognize the powerful truth that you, out of so many people, that you are here, this is a powerful cognition. But at the same time, if you cognize that, oh, I'm here but I'm not able to get up for the yoga, so this is a powerless cognition. So that becomes a chain. The more and more manifest the powerful cognition. And then Swamiji talked about the responsibility. When you take responsibility and flow as Shakti, you manifest Sadashiva. And beautifully Swamiji said, when the Himalayas is considered sacred, why? Because Ganga flows. When the ice melts, becomes decides to melt and flows. That is why Himalaya has become sacred. Otherwise, North Pole and South Pole has much meanings of ice, much more than the Himalayas.
Yes, so as you can see, these four tattvas are a very vast subject. Each one of them needs to be contemplated upon. We need to imbibe them, and they need to become our very language. Once we understand these four tattvas in our lives, we will be able to diagnose ourselves and see in every situation whether we are missing integrity, authenticity, responsibility, or enriching, and therefore what is the right solution that we need to apply. So these four tattvas are there to guide us at every step. So we have already covered these four. Now we'll be still continuing, and we'll be yes, we'll be reflecting on what we have just learned, and especially we'll be focusing a bit more on responsibility. This is one of the among these four tattvas, Swamiji has emphasized a lot on responsibility. So we'll be focusing a bit more on this one. Now, for the next few minutes, you're going to be starting by writing down all the areas of your life where you shrink from expressing yourself fully. So it could be at work, in relationships, whatever. Just simply any dimension of your life where you are not expressing yourself fully, whatever may be the reason. Then, for each of these areas of your life, write down what are the thoughts that you are having, the words or the actions that you take. So, for example, if you stop yourself from expressing yourself fully at work, what is it? What kind of thoughts or justifications are you giving? What kind of reasons are you giving? Or and what do you do? How do you stop yourself from expanding? What is the pattern that is here? Then identify where you are not taking responsibility for that aspect of your life, and where you are waiting for the external situation to change instead. So all of us will see this kind of pattern repeating in our lives in different ways when we are not manifesting fully, and but we are not deciding to make the change happen, and we kind of just wait or leave things unattended. So let us look into all this. We'll be showing the assignment in just a few moments. So you can start by writing down all the areas of your life where you are not expressing fully to start with. You can go one by one and mention everything, all the details. And once again, we always recommend that you pen down by hand, have a physical notebook and a pen. It's recommended. It engages your listening much more than if you type digitally. You'll be having more awareness and more involvement as well. Let's start. All right, so let us do one thing. Um, once you are done, you have identified and you have penned down, you can look which of the four tattvas you are missing in these dimensions. Now, we said we would make it about responsibility. Let's look into these four tattvas. Since this session, we have focused on the four. You can see which of these four tattvas you are missing. So as we said, bring integrity to your creation. So if you feel that you are not expressing your creativity in whatever aspect it may be, then see where is it that you are missing integrity and authenticity to your sustenance. If you feel that the level of your sustenance, then you are missing something, you are not expressing fully, see in which ways you are missing authenticity. And the same applies to destruction or rejuvenation and delusion. And more generally, whatever dimension of your life that is not, you are not express, in which you are not expressing the way you want, even if you're not directly able to relate it to any of these four, see which of the four tattvas you are missing and you need to apply. All right. So let's take a few more minutes and contemplate.
So now you can move to the next step of this. So choose an area and declare your responsibility for creating the new situation that you want. Identify what has to change for that to happen. And for next 1 week, follow up with yourself sincerely and start recording your progress. So make sure that you're when you that the situation, the new situation that you want to create, you take responsibility for that, for each and micromanaging, basically micromanaging your the new situation that you want to clear. So choose an area and declare your responsibility for creating the new situation that you want. And for 1 week, follow up with yourself sincerely and record your progress. So let's take a few minutes and pen down.
Yes. So with this, we conclude this exercise on the four tattvas, and we hope that you are able to grasp and understand each of these four tattvas and how aligning our life to these four tattvas is what makes us successful. So whenever we are not expressing ourselves fully, when life is not happening the way we want, It is by diagnosing ourselves and seeing where we are missing in these four tattvas and realigning to these that we are successful. So with this, we'll be moving on to our final session of the day, which is the body scanning, the power manifestation, and this time we'll be scanning for the birthmarks of another person. So you can once again partner up with someone, and this time through the third eye you will be seeing if they have any birthmarks, and you can scan each other simultaneously. So you can team up with anyone in the Zoom, or anyone near you, or anyone whom you know, and through the third eye connect with them and see if you can identify any birthmarks. So once you are ready, once you have teamed up with somebody, sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Connect with Swamiji in the space of oneness and chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Bring your awareness on the third eye, and let's begin this round of the body scan.
பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் தோன்றி அருள் தரும் ஸ்வர்ண ரிஷப வாகனம் பக்தர் வேண்டும் வரம் தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தரிசனம் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் தோன்றி அருள் தரும் ஸ்வர்ண ரிஷப வாகனம் பக்தர் வேண்டும் வரம் தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தரிசனம் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஐந்தோழில் செய்தொழித்தான் அந்த வருத்தம் தீர்த்திட உலகம் வந்தான். ஆக்கைக்கு தீக்கைகள் அடித்திடும் போது சதாசிவன் என்னும் நினைவு கொண்டார். மாயை மக்களை மயக்கும் போது ஈசானன் தான் என்னும் நினைப்பும் கொண்டார். கண்கள் ககனம் காத்திடும் வேளையில் விட்டுருவாய் வந்து தானாய் நின்றான். ஆகாத மனிதரை அழித்திடும் வேளையில் ஆகி நின்றான் அவன் ருத்திரனான். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றான். ஆக்கிடும் தன்மை மறந்தேனோ என ஆண்மையின் மீது சந்தேகம் கொண்டான். சந்தேகம் தீர்த்து அப்பன் நீயே என்று சொல்லிடவே வந்த மகள்கள் நாங்கள். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். நித்யானந்தர் மகள்கள் என்றால் இன்றே பார்க்கும் உலகம் இங்கு. நெஞ்சில் சுமந்தே பெற்றான் எங்களை நித்யானந்தமாய் வாழ்ந்திடவே. ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார்.
Yes. So with this, we come to the end of this round of the power manifestation, and you can verify, you can share with your partner and reveal what you have seen through the third eye, the birthmarks that you have identified, and you can request your partner to correlate for you and share if you have been right, if what you have seen, if they actually have these birthmarks. So you can share with your partner, and you can share your results with us as well, as we also come to the end of today's day 2 of the glimpses of Paramashivoham. Today we have discovered the science of the 4 tattvas: integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. And remember, apply these 4 tattvas. Let these 4 tattvas become your daily language. Let them guide your decisions, your thinking, your actions. Think, where is it that am I either missing integrity, or what do I need to be integrated to in order to be successful? What are the commitments that I have taken? Or even just, as you understood, it's not even just about integrity to words, but integrity to the very thoughts that we have. And think, how can I be more and more authentic? How can I be more and more responsible? I may have taken I may have certain commitments that I have to fulfill, but how can I shift my context from commitment to responsibility so that these commitments empower me, taking responsibility with the right spiritual context? And enriching. How can I enrich? How can I share the best things that I have from my life, the best experiences, understandings, whatever I'm learning here in this Paramashivoham, the initiations? How can I connect more and more people to Swamiji, enriching to the best of my ability in order to overcome all the delusions and manifest divinity itself? So these are some of the ways in which you should apply these four tattvas, align your very life to the four tattvas.
Yes. So tomorrow again we'll be back with next day of Paramashivoham, day 3, and we'll be starting again with the intense yoga 308 asana sequence for 3 hours. And now it says that start the day with yoga, starting with the Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is the time, the best time to start the spiritual practice. So tomorrow we'll be back again with the yoga and with the power manifestation, and then we'll be going on to the next session of tomorrow's session. That is, will be awakening. To awaken the impeccable power of your speech, you'll be given initiation into various powers. So stay tuned, and we'll be finishing day today with the Poon Mantra, and let's come back again tomorrow with new enthusiasm, new day, because every day is a new day. Swami says you can't step into a river itself twice, because the moment you put your leg, it has changed. You can't even enter into the session twice, because every session is a new session. So now we'll be finishing with the Poon Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavashri Nityananda Parameshwara Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Nityananda.
Nityanandam.
ॐ नित्या